Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Today we're becoming vengeance. Today we're becoming the Nightwalker that is. This bad-loving class got remastered with the Ignition update, so we're training it to level 202 as we will be hyperburning while checking out all the skills and changes. Like always, after a short tutorial we're kicking things off in Victoria Island, and you're already bombarded with a ton of important skills in first job. You learn your first toggle skill, Dark Elemental. Every attack has a chance to leave a mark of darkness on an enemy. Enemies marked take damage over time and you ignore a portion of their defense if you attack them. Your other toggle skill is Shadow Bats. These bats attack and bounce around enemies, helping you mob. This class doesn't have the best mobbing early on, but once those bats deal enough damage to one-shot, you can become quite a good mobber. They also heal you for every first enemy hit. There's also the classic Lucky 7, Haste is now a passive skill, and you learn Shadow Dodge, allowing you to quickly dash out of harm's way. And best of all, this skill has no cooldown and puts you in Dark Side if you attack an enemy while using the backdash. Perfect to dodge those pesky debris in boss fights. Nightwalkers also have a unique double jump. Their shadow jump can be right-clicked so you can jump in place while using your double jump. You have to hold the arrow keys to jump a certain direction. Jumping can animation cancel the last of your throwing star attacks and leaves you in dark side if successful, like this. Now you don't need to always jump attack as this is the only benefit, but it's a nice mechanic to make use of when you're bossing. Grinding wise, we mostly follow the guide menu to get to the second job advancement, and you know what time it is? Rihanna's great time. In your second job advancement, you learn a whole bunch of passive skills, buffing up your shadow bats, the darkness stacks you leave on monsters and more. You also learn your main mobbing attack, Shadow Spark. This skill feels so much better after the remaster. Also the explosion at the end, the attack range of that part has been improved. Usually Nightwalkers mob with either this skill or the 4-job skill Quintuple Star. Usually you use Shadow Spark if your bats can't one-shot, but if they can one-shot you use Quintuple Star because that skill procs more shadow bats. Some maps might require a bit of both though, you'll have to check that out yourself for the best rates. If you're leveling up a Nightwalker yourself, make sure to accept the quest Have You Learned About Pets? This is a level 33 quest, because this little sheepy over here knows how to use potions and is a lifesaver. Nightwalkers are unfortunately made of paper mache, even with their passive recovery from bats and shield and 4-job. You'll die quite often if you don't keep your HP in mind. If you don't want to worry about dying, just set the auto HP in your pet and you're set for life. Well, until the sheep expires, then you're on your own again. With the third job advancement reached, things are picking up again. We learned the Dark Servant skill, which is your cooler shadow partner. Basically, it's a clone of yourself that mimics your movements with reduced final damage. Make sure to also drop a point in Spirit Projection early on, so you never need to use throwing stars again. You get one set of the best throwing stars you can find and you're good to go forever. No more refilling those bad boys. Make sure to also drop points in Quad Star before leveling most passives. Quad Star also passively boosts the damage of Shadow Spark, which is your main mobbing attack for now. And then there also is the new and improved passive called Shadow Momentum. Whenever you move, you'll stack up a stack for 30 seconds. This stack goes up to 3, so 3 stacks in total, and this allows you to cancel your attacks, making you attack even faster. Before the remaster, this class had to jump attack to achieve this, but now you just need to build up those stacks by moving. Seriously, it's super easy, barely an inconvenience. Even just jumping, you already get a stack. So the higher your stacks, the faster you can cancel the final attack of your throwing star. See the difference? That's pretty massive. And because it lasts 30 seconds, you'll have this active like always, and it also buffs your final damage passively, which is always lovely. Let's see, there's also the new Bat Affinity passive. Now your summoned bats deal more damage and explode. Every 5th bat that is summoned is bigger and just freaking explodes on contact. And in your third job you get your Revive. This is a toggle skill, so make sure to have this one on as well. Nightwalkers are a bit like more well-rounded Nightlords with more survivability and tools, but they also deal some crazy burst damage with their 5th job skills. Not as crazy as the Nightlord, but they're up there for sure. In case you're wondering how I'm grinding at monsters way above my level in this video, to speed things up I made a burning character in the burning world. The additional buffs and regular server bonuses allow me to make these videos faster. That's why I'm at those monsters, even though my level is way too low if this was the Reboot server. Star Force monsters are also super OP to train at in the regular server. Sadly though, getting Star Force is tough in the regular server. We have to scroll our gear again. God, I love scrolling. 4 job has been achieved and we get our final buffs and a shield. This shield helps a ton when it comes to grinding and bossing. Your debuff and bats get another buff, and there is a new skill here called Ravenous Bats. These bats don't bounce around and are used when you go bossing, dealing more damage on single targets. Make sure to toggle this one on if you're bossing and your first job bats if you're mobbing. I would never forget that when filming. You also learn a new mobbing skill. I kinda don't like this one. It has a low cooldown and I need to be efficient when using it, and I just usually kinda zone out when I'm grinding. Dark Omen is a short duration place down summon. The cooldown of this skill reduces for every dark attribute attack that hits, which is basically all your attacks. You have to use a lot when grinding, just don't forget about it. Just use as much as you can. I always will forget about it, that's why you don't see me use it half of the time. And of course, Nightwalkers learn Shadow Stitch, which is their own bind skill as well. Pretty dope, this class is very well rounded. For your hyper skill passives, I usually have points in the quadruple star damage and boss damage boost, the Dark Omen cooldown reduction and damage boost, and the attack power boost from Vitality Siphon. This class also has some of the coolest active hyper skills in the whole freaking game. Dominion turns the day into night, more bats start flying around, your final damage and critical rate are buffed when the skill is active. You're also invincible while casting the skill. If you're not a fan of the background changing, you can right click the skill to turn that off. Your other hyper skill, Shadow Illusion, summons 3 shadows that copy your every move. It's like Shadow Partner on steroids, allowing you to put out some crazy damage when you're bossing or helping you clear the map with ease when grinding. It's a really fun skill to use, especially in combination with your 5th job skills. Speaking of which, with the 5th job skill Greater Dark Servant, Nightwalkers can place down a clone of themselves that is stationary. It mimics your attacks, helping you either clear out a part of the map when mobbing or deal additional damage when bossing. You can also swap places with the clone after 3 times while the skill is active. Great to get out of a tricky situation. Another pretty sick skill is Shadow Spear. Those spears pop out additional damage. Amazing to use when grinding and bossing if you want to make your whole game feel like a freaking PowerPoint presentation. This class hits a lot, a bit too much. There's also Shadow Bite, which is a low cooldown attack. For every enemy defeated by this skill, your final damage increases by 2%. The max increase is 10%. The buff itself will last for 20 seconds and the cooldown of this skill is only 15 seconds, so it's a permanent buff if you don't forget to use it. Your other 5th job skill is Rapid Throw. This skill is really fun to use in combination with your Shadow Illusion hyper skill and your other clone that you place down. It's a burst skill that deals a ton of damage, and if you use it in the air you'll stay floating during the skill. You can mash the skill as well repeatedly to increase the damage. It works with Shadow Spear as well, it's pretty nuts. Unless they change the trinode, I believe Quadruple Star, Shadow Spark and Shadow Bat is your first trio, with your second trio being Dark Omen, and then you can either go for like Shadow Stitch or Dominion. The other two don't really matter that much, but hey, up to you. Nightwalkers are, in my opinion, a very fun class. They have great bossing potential and a lot of tools to actually survive as well. Their mobbing isn't the best and they aren't a lazy class by any means, but once your bouncing bats start packing a punch, they ain't too bad. If you prefer to deal a lot of damage but still want to have a bit of that survivability, then check out this class. And that's all for today. What do you think of the remastered Nightwalker? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Many thanks to Niels the Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Cowdy Mora, Lee, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Ziggydeer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Jesus Rodriguez, Digby, Vira, Trevor, Michael Menchaca, Ratius, Justin Ville, Silvio Nato, Afterlord _MS, Striker Elk, Tidal 1 Pun, Radical Jaws, Riser Are Sir Tito 655, Mathias Simonsson, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, Conrad Cristales, Ace Light, Mr. Narc, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Muka 1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brendon Cam, Vague Botnet, Fecco, Victor Sundstrom, ceemak, Only, Rashid Alarudi, Gerlando Balavia, Gianfranco Calderon Canavero, Lucky Beats, Matthew Dev, Gummy Bullet, Lord Fazil, Spuds D. Kaiser, Zunnen, That Archer Guy, Grogro, and Gabriel Eck. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!